You are watching Top Notch TV, Beyond the Lens.
A very good evening, our dear viewers. Welcome back on Let's Talk Tourism. And tonight's discussion, it's so much critical and technical. But before we go a bit deeper, we need to understand that tourism and conservation, wildlife conservation, remain the Uganda's strongest pillars, of course, in economic development and identifying the country's identity, and as well promoting the conservation strategies. But every behind successful story for conservation, different tourism experiences provided to the guests, and as well making sure that we have different experiences and different works that are being provided. We have different trained personnel that do provide all that and put the country known as the Pearl of Africa on the map. So with us tonight, we're exploring the impact of Uganda Wildlife Research and Training College in shaping the country's tourism practitioners, conservationists, and as well, such that they are able to deliver quality work. So with me, I have a guest from the college who is going to introduce himself and probably tells us more about that. But he's going to share with us how the institution is probably working hand in hand with the ministry and the other tourism and the other conservation bodies to make sure that there is incredible work that is being provided in terms of conservation, management, tourism management, such that we have sustainable, flow of all what we are supposed to deliver as the entire tourism sector. Mr. Herbert, you're most welcome on Let's Talk Tourism.
Thank you, Maurice, and viewers. My name is Muruhura Herbert. I work at the Uganda Wildlife Research and Training College as a Dean of Students. The role that I assumed last year, but before that I was a principal instructor in the Department of Tourism. And so I have a blended experience both in teaching and managing students' affairs. Uganda Wildlife Research and Training College, if I can expound it further, is a government-aided mid-level training college.
Okay.
That offers a training at diploma certificate levels, but also it offers short tailored courses that are relevant to the tourism sector in our country. This institution is not young. Its background can be traced far back around 1991.
Okay.
When the Ministry of Tourism opted to scale the then rangers who were working with the then national game parks, and through UNDP under our project, a training camp was established.
Okay.
To scale and equip relevant skills to the then rangers. So when the project ended, the government of Uganda took it up, and since then there has been transformation of the college. Once in Ministry of Education, then it was taken to Ministry of Tourism, taken back to Ministry of Tourism, but we are now under the TVET Act. And the TVET Act takes the quality assurance role back to Ministry of Education, but the immediate funding and the support activities are still under Ministry of Education. Because the work we do fits more into Ministry of Tourism, and that explains why we are still directly working with the Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities.
Okay.
As of today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a very nice background, and the credibility of the college that it is having regarding the entire tourism ecosystem value chain.
Yeah.
So now regarding that, you are under the ministry, right?
Yeah.
And you are partners to different conservation organizations within the country.
Sure.
So this shows that the college is trying to play a great role towards contributing the entire tourism sector of the country. So what do you think would be the contributions of the college that is trying to have to make sure that it adds something to the entire tourism sector for the country?
Yeah, thank you, Maurice. This is a very interesting question, because it gives us an opportunity to demonstrate what we have done over the past years, look at what we are doing, and maybe scan into a bigger future what we think we can do better.
Okay.
Over the years, this institution has trained the professionals, skilled professionals, with specific skills in wildlife conservation and wildlife tourism management. Before 2023, when we revised the curriculum, our training was mainly in mastering the biodiversity around us. Our training areas are mainly in understanding biodiversity. We put energy on birds, put energy on other mammals, put energy on plants, put energy on data collection by statistics, put in tour guiding nature interpretation. We think the students need entrepreneurship skills, so we don't only make them master the environment, but we also give them capacity to translate the knowledge they acquire into probable survival skills, to generate employment, both in the private self-generated employment. They employ other colleagues and other Ugandans, but also we are providing a very huge base for both public departments that utilize our skills, like Uganda Wildlife Authority, National Environmental Management Authority, National Forest Authority, and other conservation agencies which are not necessarily public. But we are also creating a bigger space in the private sector. The people we have trained over the years, a good number of them are either self-employed or they are making a contribution in the private sector as birders, as primatologists, as botanists, as community extension workers, as ecotourism practitioners. We have a very good number of our former students who have established their ecotourism and other tourism-related businesses. I cannot mention them here, but they are there, and they are employing colleagues and other Ugandans. So we are impacting at senior level, because some of the people we trained have now graduated to take senior management roles. We have those who are at mid-level as field technicians, and then we have those who are at a level where they are more into like birding, data collection, general nature interpretation, and so along the value chain, we are making a contribution at each level, though the magnitude of the assignments keeps improving as you move up. So when we revised the curriculum in 2023 to make it competence-based, because why did we opt for that? That's where the world is going. Because we have students in second who are doing competence-based curriculum. Now, if they come to a college that is doing a traditional curriculum, then it causes a discord. So for us to manage that, we opted to revise the curriculum, of course, with support from several stakeholders. And now we are doing competence-based curriculum, meaning that the training portfolio is determined by the learner's needs. It's no longer an issue where an instructor will come, dictate notes, do this and that. No, the instructor's role is to facilitate the process, support the learners, with mobilize relevant materials, but the tasks around the learning are entirely students driven. And so we think our training mandate now is broadened. It is more, it makes more sense to the sector, because we are providing hands-on skills, and soon we shall be doing a tracer study to establish what has changed with the people who are doing this curriculum and those who are doing the previous curriculum. But the feedback we get informally shows that the people we are taking outside in the field are much better than those who were those who are taking previously, because the nature of training, the course modules and sub-modules, and all those have been restructured to fit within the competence-based curriculum. Yeah, because that's where the world is going, that's where the world is, and we can't keep to remain behind and we start moving in a panicking mode.
You're right.
So we want to be there, we are already there, and now we want to look at moving forward. How do we broaden our scope? And luckily, we are blessed that government is really interested in what we do. The government has expanded infrastructure. Maurice, if you go to the Wildlife College in Katwe now,
it's a Paris.
And it's a big thing, and it is still growing. It's a big thing, and it's still growing. The leadership is doing its best, and government is really providing enormous support to take it to a level where we can compete regionally, in both in the country, in the region, and internationally.
I have two questions for you, Mr. Herbert.
Yes, Maurice.
Yeah, the first question is, of course, you have always been getting feedback of some of the students when they finish. You tend to trace some of them where they are. Have you ever gotten some feedback that regards, or that you have ever had, whereby that learners diverted what maybe they obtained from the college, whether wildlife management or tourism management, they are not within the sector, but they are doing some other things? For example, they went into shops, they went to do some, they are not actually within the conservation agencies regarding to what they acquired from the college.
Yeah, thank you, Maurice. This is very interesting. When we did a stakeholder meeting before revising the curriculum in 2023, there were some feelers that showing us that there were some areas we needed to improve to produce an all-round professional. And in that regard, we wanted to bring in some other generic skills. Someone might be a very good birder, but he doesn't know how to communicate the birding process.
True.
You are getting me?
Yes.
So we opted to bring in other 21st century skills that would complement on the mastered content these trainees acquire for them to deliver a good job. That's when we brought in some issues to do with ICT. Right now we have a state-of-the-art ICT facility, including a GIS lab, where our trainees are exposed to ICT skills, so that if someone is doing birding, this person knows how to let's say come up with a voice recorder and then interpret the data and scale this birding skill to another level that is internationally recognized. So we integrated ICT. We have we integrated the entrepreneurship skills, so that if this person does not maybe find formal employment, in any case we are not training all these people to be employed, but to employ themselves. So this person has entrepreneurial skills. He looks around where they come from, and they look at maybe a swamp which is there abandoned and people are using it to grow in basic agriculture. Conserve it with the community, put trails, do the census of the common birds, insects, butterflies, attach value, generate bigger money compared to a person using it to grow Irish potatoes. So, coming back to your question, it is true that we might have students we have trained who are not entirely in the tourism value chain, but indirectly they are utilizing the acquired skills to make a decent living. A student who is operating a coffee shop might not necessarily be, let's say, in wildlife, mainstream tourism, but is using the customer care skills we imparted in him to operate it professionally and make a decent living. So there are students who are not necessarily into direct employment in the sector, but using the skills acquired from the college, they are diversifying opportunities adding value to what they are doing. Others are operating cafes, others in restaurant businesses, others in media. Media. There are several of them are in media space, operating, doing media coverage, especially online, and they are doing a good job to communicate what we do, and that's not necessarily a direct tourism opportunity, but they are aligning with the ICT skills we provided, customer care skills,
filming,
skills,
photography,
filming and photography, and they are making a decent living, supporting the sector indirectly, basing on the skills they acquired while at the UWRTC. So even those who are not directly into the tourism wildlife sector, they are making a decent living using the acquired skills from the college. To make a contribution to our motherland. Yes.
Okay, then you realize you talked about the competence-based curriculum, and I think it was recently introduced around 2021, 2022 there, around in February. So what particular, I want you to hit on the particular skills. Yes, you mentioned some, but I want them maybe to move in line with the CBC program. How would the college position itself to provide such a kind of related, including the field and field trainings, the practicals that you always provide, such that the viewer can be able to know what are those particular things that you had to put in place as a college to move in line with the Ministry of Education that initially introduced to the education.
Thank you, Maurice. This is very interesting. Like I said, that in around 2023, we reviewed our curriculum from being general knowledge based to competence based. Competence based means that the learning framework, the learning agenda is based on what the learners or the learner or students already know. What we are building on the acquired skills either from home or from the schools where they have been or from the environment, to appreciate them and then based on them to influence them to do better.
Okay.
So competence based means based on what is already existing, improve, make it work better to impact positively to a wider audience.
Yes.
So when we introduce competence based curriculum, what are we doing? One, during implementation, and then how do we assess what the trainees are doing? We modularized our curriculum. Our curriculum now is modularized. It means that we are not teaching a block curriculum. We are teaching a segmented curriculum that is structured in modules. A module is a unit, and each semester is a module. For example, if we are teaching a module like nature interpretation, for a student or a trainee to interpret nature, what do we teach this Ugandan or this person? We teach them bird ethology, teach them animal behavior, teach them plants, teach them mapping and photography, teach them evolution of landforms, teach them some bit of ecology. Okay? So that when a person has mastered the birds, he knows how to take a very good photograph because he needs to communicate his skill to the rest of the world. So he uses the knowledge of mapping, photography, and the videography knowledge to communicate what he has done. And then he relates the birds with ecology and the landforms that surround us. That is nature interpretation. It's a module, but it has like 5, 6, 7 sub-modules which I've outlined. So what does it mean? That when a student covers those sub-modules in that module, this person has acquired the competencies needed to interpret nature. Actually, after one semester, when a student gets challenges and gets off the college for certain reasons, that person is awarded a certificate of competence in nature interpretation. We shall say that student A came, attended the semester, and did the following submodules, and we are awarding a certificate of competence to this person. So that when he's outside there, he's not taken like a person who has not been to school. He can say, for me, I have been to class, I've studied animal behavior, I've studied birds, and this is my certificate of competence for the 4 months that I covered this module. Now, apart from that, we have other complementary activities we do to have an all-round person who has better attitude, who is physically competent to maneuver and juggle around the emerging conservation dynamics, but also tourism-related issues. We do paramilitary training, and the paramilitary training is to change the mindset of this trainee, make him physically capable, because if you are doing mountain guiding, you must be physically fit. You are not going to take clients for hiking, and then you are the weak person who cannot hike. So paramilitary initiates them into that mode of physical ability to take up emerging issues that require them to maneuver under some challenging environment. So we do paramilitary. Apart from that, we do real life projects. Why do we do real life projects? We want to see if what these trainees have studied in class, can they creatively make products feasible and tangible, or service products out of them? If we are teaching botany, how do we make botany? How do we make business out of botany? Can we, if we have some of these plants, can we harvest some of them sustainably and then make some products out of them that can solve certain community problems? So through real life projects, students do projects which are related to that module they are doing, and those projects are informed by the existing community challenges, and so they have to make an attempt to solve some of them through real life projects. We also ensure that we have both on-site practical engagements, because we have said that CBC entails that students take lead in the learning process. And our environment, where the college is located in the park, we are in the middle of the park. It means we interact with nature both incidentally and both accidentally and otherwise. You can be in class, a monitor lizard will come and visit you in the compound, there are warthogs. So it gives us an opportunity to have an environment that helps us to do day-to-day practical activities. But apart from that, we also have an opportunity where we take students outside class, either in the neighborhood or outside the neighborhood, to have an enriched agenda where they can interact with different ecosystems, different players, so that at the end of the day, we have a person who has acquired the right skills to go outside there and make a contribution to the wildlife and tourism.
You said of the strategic location of the college. You are within the park. Let's come to health and safety. How do you manage that? If maybe an elephant is passing by, or maybe, like you say, the warthog, what measures do you put as a college to ensure that maybe the learners or the entire community within the college is safe?
Yeah, thank you, Maurice. We are training most of these students to manage wildlife. And so you cannot train a veterinary doctor who has to interact with livestock. The skills we teach and engage these students in allow them to interpret animal behavior. For you, when you meet an elephant, you might think life has come to end. But this person will know, if I've met a family of elephants, there are so many, I'm safe, they are not certain. If I meet one, there's a problem, why is it moving alone? And that is, we teach them animal behavior. How do you interpret an animal that is uncomfortable with your presence? How do you tell that this space is dangerous? How do you maintain what we call a safe distance between you and the animal? how do we ensure that we interpret our surroundings and we keep safe? And it's on record that since the college started, we've not had an incident where a wild animal has attacked any of the students. They stay with them.
Yes.
Because we are in the biosphere reserve, where there is close interaction between humans and wildlife. And why we think we are safe, there is even a sub-module on health and safety, environmental health and safety. And then we teach animal behavior, and then we do community conservation. We don't only ensure that we are safe, but even the surrounding community must be safe with wild animals so that they don't retaliate. When an animal invades the community and injures a person, people can affect wildlife in retaliation.
Okay. Yeah.
So to get back to what you have asked, our system considers safety first. Excuse me. Safety is first,
okay,
before any other activity happens. And we invested energy in sensitizing the students. They are doing the science and the interpretation of wildlife to ensure that there is safe coexistence between these wild animals and the students. And so far, so good.
Okay.
Yeah, so our students learn when they are formally and informally, because these animals are in the compound and they have known how to stay with them. They don't, these animals, when you don't run after them, you don't look a threat, they don't threaten you. In most cases, they attack in self-defense. So they are able to know these people are friendly, these people, because they also have memories.
Yes.
Yeah, they can know why. Sometimes if they see brutal activities happening on others, they develop a mechanism of becoming harsh. But here they interact with the people around and they don't see any one of them chasing them. And so they feel they are comfortable and they don't injure anyone, because people don't also cause discomfort to them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the measures are. I tried to make enough research if maybe there was any incident that had ever happened at the institute or at the college. But like you said, we couldn't trace one exactly. So safety is highly
recommended, and it's a no-go zone.
Okay.
There's no compromise on safety. If students are going for a nature walk inside the park, they must be in a company of a ranger, at least 2 rangers, provide enough combatant security for them. They must be dressed in the attire that makes them safe. They must they must be aware about the time. Timing is very key. At what time are we moving? So really we are conscious about the safety of our trainees while at the college, to ensure that they are safe as we train them and give them capacity to conserve.
Okay. Yeah, I see time is going. Now, some 2 questions. One is, tourism has been taken as a sector that does not need qualified practitioners or professionals. So whenever they see someone, maybe is like a tour guide, they tend to say that this person, the level of education is maybe less, or the way how other community or the entire country perceive to professionals in the sector is that it's a sector that does not need books. What do you say about that?
I think that's an illusion that is coming out of either misinformation or lack of information. And partly, I think it is somehow historical, because when you look at the colonial and the post-colonial era, the survival of Uganda's economy was rotated around the perennial cash crops that were introduced: cotton, coffee, tobacco, and others. But since then, the economic dynamics have changed all over the world, not only in Uganda. And so for a person who looks at a driver guide and he thinks this person is a survivor, that is out of lack of knowledge. Okay, there's lack of information. I want to tell you, Maurice, that right now tourism is one of the most is one of the sectors generating substantial revenue to this country.
With highest GDP.
Highest GDP.
Yes.
In last time I checked, it was close to $2.8 billion, and that is the statistics from far back, even before COVID. And it employs the largest number of Ugandans.
True.
Both directly and indirectly.
Yes.
Because when we are talking about tourism, we are talking about all those people employed along the value chain. We are not talking about only national parks. Because you see, when we talk about tourism, people think about national parks, and that is just one of the segments. We are talking about wildlife, we are talking about culture, we are talking about hospitality, hotels, we are talking about service sectors, transport. Direct foreign investment is so high, very many people are employed. And so, since you have given me a chance, I want to sensitize the entire public that when you have a child who seems to have passion in tourism, don't sit on this person and you think he's going there to waste time. There are enormous opportunities in the tourism sector. These boys and girls you see driving clients are earning big. Someone can make a trip of 1 week and will get the money that someone will work for 4 months without earning the same amount. So please get our brothers and sisters, our children, let them come acquire the right skills so that we do a good job outside there. Our clients are become comfortable, they stay more days in the country, they spend more money. Everyone will benefit from this client. If a client stays for 2 weeks, everyone is going to benefit on this client. Petrol stations is going to use data, telecommunication companies is going to eat food in a hotel. My father or my mother in the village will sell matoke, will sell greens. This person is going to have guides moving him around. So it is a very big opportunity that we can harness and benefit our sector. Maybe Maurice, before you take it to conclusion, give me an opportunity of a minute or two, and I highlight what the courses we are doing and how people can access them.
Actually, I was coming to that.
Okay.
That is the CTA call to action. If maybe someone wants maybe to know about how do I need to apply, where do I need to start, what are the procedures, what are different intakes maybe do you have? It's the time you can share with them.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think the viewers might be saying, looking at this man talking about things and and wondering how they can be part of our agenda. Now, this institution is located in Queen Elizabeth National Park in Katwe Kabato Town Council, Kasese District. Like I said, it's government aided, and we are apparently offering 4 programs, 2 at certificate level and 2 at diploma level. At diploma level, we are offering a diploma in wildlife and natural resources management and a diploma in wildlife tourism management. The difference in the 2 courses lies on the entry requirements and the expectations of the task or the job outside there. Students who opt to do wildlife and natural resources are students who have background in biological sciences. And here we are talking about students who do principal subjects like biology, agriculture, geography, chemistry. At A level, those will do a diploma in wildlife and natural resources management, because even the training entails some is more feasible for a person who has greater knowledge in ecology, in biological conservation fields. And then the diploma in wildlife and wildlife tourism management is more, it is a blended opportunity for students who have offered humanities at A level, geography, history, languages, entrepreneurship, economics, and others. And they can come and do those 2 diploma courses.
Okay.
Effective August, we have submitted our request to do another diploma course in environmental science, and we hope by August, God willing, National Council for Higher Education will clear it so that we add it on on the other two diploma courses. Now, who qualifies to join these diploma courses? Someone can join immediately after A level, or can join after acquiring a 2-year certificate after senior 4. So someone who does a related certificate course after senior 4 can enroll for a diploma program at that level. Because that the 2-year certificate will make an equivalent of a person who has gone to A level, and this person will be allowed to do a diploma course and proceed to bachelor's, PhD, and others. Now, the other two certificate programs are also in the same areas. Certificate in Wildlife and Natural Resources Management and certificate in Wildlife Tourism Management. And the entry requirements, now that we are in the new curriculum, we are talking about someone who has passed at the level of a D in biology, English, and math, and has other 4 other credits. These as provided for by the admission structure of the Ministry of Education. Then we have full-time programs. Those courses, all the courses I've talked about, can be attended to on full-time, but also on distance learning. We have made the learning available to Ugandans, so that you can come sit at the college, do a full-time program, or you can come enroll on distance learning for people who are already outside there. You don't need to stop working for your family. Come enroll for distance learning program. We shall teach you over the weekend online. You come on at the college for real life projects, practicals, and face-to-face engagements with the instructors, and you will study. You will study and graduate. We have also initiated short tailored courses. We developed the ATPs, assessment training packages, that are under PUVITAP as a regulatory agency responsible for that, for approval, in birding, in mountain guiding, in GIS and remote sensing, in taxidermy, in marine ecology, and filming, wildlife filming. So I'm certain soon they will be approved, and we can enroll them to the public, so that Maurice, if you are there and you think you need to have a skill in wildlife photography, you can come and enroll for a 2 months, 3 months course, short course, acquire that skill, and we shall give you a certificate of competence. You go there and serve Ugandans and make a decent living. So we are creating all avenues to ensure that Ugandans and people around have an opportunity to acquire the needed skills to drive the sector to another level. Since tourism is earmarked as one of the key drivers to the 2040 economic transformation agenda for this country. When you look at the statistics, they show that it is possible. But if we don't skill and have the right people doing the right jobs, we shall have tourists coming here. They go back when they have not enjoyed the experience. They are not comfortable.
Their money.
And instead of 5 days, 10 days, someone will come and stay for 2 days, and Uganda will lose income. Ugandans will lose opportunities, and that's why everyone must join energy to skill, so that any person who's providing a service along the value chain of tourism is doing it out of capacity and using the right skills, providing the best service, so that people come here, they are comfortable, they bring money, and all Ugandans will have a touch on that money, either directly or indirectly. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was actually, he's the Dean of Uganda Research and Training College, one of the best colleges around the country that provide great skills regarding tourism and wildlife management, as mostly that cuts across every conservational agencies that we tend to know.
Maybe
So
Maurice, apologies if I can be allowed.
yes.
Just to we are here at the Ankwere Palace, the Omugabe Palace in Kamukuzi Mbarara, and someone might be wondering, these people in wildlife, what are they doing here? So when we write the curriculum, we created a blended approach, because there is no one who can conserve without culture. Because culture is an important ingredient in conservation. So we come here to do some bit of culture and heritage tourism. Okay, we want to see how our people are conserving using their traditions, totems, taboos, and how it fits in the current conservation agenda. So that information is very, very key. But also, tourism is not only about wildlife.
True.
There's a very huge ingredient in culture, in heritage, and like we said. So we are giving our trainees an opportunity to have a diversified skill base where they can integrate culture in conservation, in community conservation, so that at the end of the day, the resources around us are appreciated by everyone, because conservation is everyone's responsibility.
True.
And so that's why we are here. We have been to Igong in a museum, because we know community conservation is very key. Is a key component in the wildlife conservation agenda. I thought I needed to highlight that, so that we don't leave people wondering whether what we are doing here, and we are talking about wildlife, we are talking about culture. I thought I needed to have that clarification.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that clarification. But of course, the dads will always say much. The dads will always say that for us we do this, but they always say that if you want to know the true information, look for that young kid in the family and ask him or her what is going on in that family. So allow us to have a small jump over to maybe some of the students who are going to share with us. It will be a random selection, such that we see what this man is saying. Is it what is being performed at the college? Otherwise, stay tuned. Let's get back to you.
You are watching Top Notch TV, Beyond the Lens.
The college is doing much to make sure that the tourism sector or the tourism value chain is moving to a better way. But the young generation is being highly engaged. Let us know when we have two of our students who are going to share with us. Probably this is going to make sure these students really getting skills, enough information, and enough exposure to the entire sector. So let us start with, of course, ladies first.
Uganda College, doing a diploma in wildlife and tourism management, year 1, semester 2.
Okay.
Yes.
So let us come now to leadership. What do you think could be the roles that women have been able to engage themselves into regarding the tourism sector? It could be large conservation, it could be wildlife management, anyway.
Okay.
You as a lady.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
For starters, let me begin from me, the lower level. Ever since I joined UWRTC, I have skills in conserving the environment, not only in the national park that we're in, but also out there, where the skills I got of the skills I got real life project where we use plastic bottles to make, let us say, dustbins or artifacts, like maybe a mosaic art piece or maybe the big 5 that can be sold. Thus, I'm getting money and conserving the environment at the same time.
Okay.
So according to me, me as an example, a female, I am one conserving the environment, showing other girls that we can use the plastic around us into a way we can get money and also conserve the environment. Then we have bigger posts and bigger women, like in the UTB, Uganda Tourism Board, where we have role models like Madame Lily, the former executive director. Yes. Then we also have Madame is it Glacier?
Gladys.
Yeah, sorry, Gladys. That
for CTPH.
Yes, she's a founder of conservation. So with such women in the society being role models for not only me but also other girls in Uganda, they give us something to think about. We used to think tourism is only for the male gender, just like how people used to think that nursing is only for the females.
Let's put a pause. Why? Question mark. Why were you thinking like that?
Why? Because they think basically, if you're to remember, women were known to stay at home, cook, and that's it. Yes, but now you come to discover that women are more than what they used to be, bigger than what they expect. We have female tour guides, female tour drivers. We have founders of tour companies as women, founders of hotels. We are having women doing bigger than what people would expect the female gender to do, which is good, a positive impact in the country, because a woman is a mother of a nation. When a woman develops, the whole nation develops. Because she's not going to do something for her own, but she's doing it for the betterment of the society around her. Yes.
So out of those examples, what position do you think you can be able to grab once you're done with your education?
Once I'm done with my education, if all goes well, I'm also aiming for that one there.
Which
Executive Director, UTB. I don't know which yet it will be, but I'm aiming for that.
You don't want to be a ranger guy?
Me, I have bigger expectations. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll start from there, but I will aim bigger. My expectations are to go bigger. If I'm starting with UWRTC, maybe then I'll go for ranging. Then later on, I aim higher into the marketing board, stuff like that. Then into UTB. One, to make a better Uganda. To also show the world out there that, hey, Uganda has something good in it. We have wildlife, we have the different cultures that you cannot find anywhere else but only in Uganda. And being a woman, I am going to induce and give that idea to the fellow young ladies down there, and also males, because a guy will be like, if a woman can, what about me? So I'm not only giving impact to the females but also the male. So we are going to see Uganda growing in a better place, not only in tourism and conservation, but economically, socially. Yeah, we are developing.
What I like with tourism, if you land on someone who knows what to speak, who has the rightful information, it can be the whole day. Let's come to Mr. Alex.
Yes, thank you very much.
Mr. Alex, please share yourself to the viewers, and maybe you let them know who you are, what you do, and yeah.
Okay, hello viewers. My name is Alex Tuyashemerwa. I'm very privileged to have you and our fellow viewers. I'm a student at UWRTC, Uganda Wildlife Research and Training Institute College, actually. And I'm very happy that I'm part of the institute. I've really gained skills. I had very strong interest in conservation, in tourism, and protection of nature. And I've really gained a lot. Basically, that's why I am a student at UWRTC.
Okay.
Yes, please.
So let's come to you do much of practicals at the college,
yes,
because your ecosystem is within, I may say, the college is within the entire wildlife ecosystem.
Yes.
So what practical skills do you think you have gained as a student that can be relevant to the industry once you're outside there?
Well, I've gained a lot. Many skills, of course. The institute, Uganda Wildlife Research and Training College, is a skill-based institution. I've gained a lot together with my fellow students, which I believe the country and the international community will benefit in. One is that the institute has engaged us in practical work, practical field work, and this is where you go, you learn how to interpret nature. Of course, with interpretation of nature, this is where you find animals. For example, mammals. For different parks have got different mammals. Like in the Queen Elizabeth, it's a park that has large numbers of mammals. You're able to see and explore more behaviors of wildlife. Elephant swimming. You go to see mammals like hippos. You really see how these animals rest daytime and able to feed night hours. You move to different parks. You go to like Chivale. You now take a different look at now forest elephants as well. You go to different parks like Semliki. You find different animals. You find buffaloes, and these buffaloes, of course, quite different. You have to also anticipate how the behavioral changes in nature. The institute, of course, is giving us more skills. For example, in bird identification, Uganda has got large numbers of birds. We are in 1,000 plus bird species, and now as a student, if I'm able to identify about 600 birds, then really I absolutely say yes, this institution deserves to be in Uganda. So, because parks have different bird species. For example, like we have got a chain of the Albertine Rift Range birds, where you find birds to the extreme end, Semliki. You find hornbill birds, talk of like the black-asked hornbills. You come to small birds. You look at small birds like maybe the piclet bird. You go to Queen Elizabeth. You find different species of birds, water birds, pelicans. You really see the behaviors they do. You wonder how they are able to maneuver using their webbed feet. You go to different parks like Bwindi. You find highland species of birds. That's where normally tourists go for birds like the green broadbill. You go to parks, you find different sounds, different calls of birds. You are able to identify birds using the behaviors, calls. The institute is equipping us with skills, of course, especially health skills. You are able to detect that this animal based on this behavior.
You stop on that. That
Yes,
question.
exactly.
That question should be hers. Now, let us come back to you, Precious. Yes. So, Precious, um, let's come to healthy and safety. So, you as a lady, how do you make sure that you're safe within that particular ecosystem where the college is, despite of the animals, despite of what is surrounding you? You know, there are poachers there, human wildlife conflicts have been increased. So you as a lady, how are you able to guide or maybe protect yourself in that particular environment?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, every institution or college has rules and regulations that have to be followed. So first of all, for myself, you have to follow school rules and regulations. That will be first of all, it will tell us at a particular time, please do not go to the other peninsula. You will be disturbing the animals. You have to leave the animals at peace. Because once you interfere their peace, obviously it's going to be a problem to you. Maybe they will charge, the elephants can charge and then attack you, and they will not arrest the animals because it will be your fault. So you'll be losing your life for no reason. So first of all, you will have to first follow school rules and regulations as a student. Now, as a Ugandan citizen, you have to respect the nature around you. Yes, we are sharing this environment, but animals also have rights to it. We have rights to it, but they also have the right to it. Just because I'm a student within the institution and just because our school is within the national park, doesn't mean I have the right to go and do whatever I want. No, I have to keep my lane so that we conserve the environment and the animals in it for a peaceful ecosystem. Yes. Thank you very much.
Okay. Same question.
Yes, please.
Briefly.
Of course, about health with animals, one, of course, there is that kind of coexistence because the institution is within the boundaries of national park, and we have got a variety of animals. We have elephants, we have hippos, also snakes around, lots of things. So, but of course, the institute has got regulations, and they also they go miles to educate us on how to live with these animals. So it is a matter of you to adhere and you manage to live within the rules of the institute. And the more so is that now that the institute is more skill and field-based institution.
Yes.
They have so many projects. Talk of like real life projects. So these projects, there is how they are able to address um, some of the things that you never expected. So if you go to the field and you see how the instructor does things, you are able to interact with rangers that professionally are handling illegal activities, and the same people professionally are educating more communities, the people around, how to live with these animals. As a student, you must have to learn and you put in practice what you saw in the field. So actually, what makes the institute more special is that it is more field practical based, more skilled institution, and they have lots of projects that reflect nature, culture, and of course, it also has to groom you as a student. It is now grooming you to think big in terms of conservation of nature. And as you think big, also you have to know that it is about protection of nature, wildlife, and you personally, that tomorrow will be big as you expected. Yeah.
Okay.
In terms of also health of the students in our college, given the fact that we are within the national park, our college has brought up a way that we are kept healthy and the animals are kept healthy. We are having cases where the human-animal conflicts, because
Human wildlife conflict.
yes, human-wildlife conflicts, where you see there is hunting of those animals known as kasongo, the warthogs, in summer now within the neighboring areas. Then there is also where you get to realize that the hippos that are in Lake Edward are also hindered in a town that where people are just pouring rubbish into the lake or soapy water and stuff. They don't know that they're hindering the well-being of the hippos. So as our institution, our college, they gave us a proper and healthy way of living. How we have better ways of dumping our rubbish. That's first and foremost. We have pits that are far away from the animals, that even if we put them there, then we wait for them to dry and burn it up or put it in a way that it's not going to hurt the animals. That's one.
Though you're not supposed to burn.
Okay, no, they are the plastics.
Okay.
Yeah. Then those that are supposed to rot, as he said, the real life projects, we come up with ways of making compost manure. So we put it in a area where we leave it to ferment and compost to make better manure. Then for terms of the health of the students, we have impact water for drinking. So obviously the students are going to have healthy. We have healthy medical terms within the college that make sure they monitor our health status as students. And as he said, we are taught field practical ways. So when we go for camping, they give us the rules to follow, where we are going to realize how are we supposed to interact so that we are living well and we are not affecting the animals. Yes.
Okay, then let's come to this last final question. Now, what do you think once you're done with the school and you're going maybe to work in these different conservational agencies, maybe tourism organizations? If you say that I'm presenting my certificate that I'm from Uganda Research and Training College, what morale or how do you feel? Do you think you're proud of the college, or do you think maybe you should hide out? Okay, you have understood the question. Yes, I'll start with you. Yes.
I personally, as Chogisha Precious,
Yes.
I am highly proud. Because one, it's the only institute or college in Uganda that's teaching wildlife conservation. That's one. Two, from where I come from, the experience I've got from Uganda Wildlife Research and Training College cannot be got anywhere else. An institution that does everything literally practical, from real life project to the field tours that we are in right now, to where we are using cameras, walkie-talkies, various things, tents. We are literally in it. We are getting that practical education. We are not going to be there back in class and doing stuff like that. No, we are getting the experience practical. So I am going to be so proud because I am going to experience much more better than someone who is seated behind the classroom and just typing and getting everything from Google. I am experiencing that. I am getting to know how it is in the wildlife reserves, in the national parks. I am getting to experience the different cultures and heritages. So I will be highly proud to bring my certificate that shows that I am from Uganda Wildlife Research and Training College. It has a lot. It's literally gold.
It's gold.
Yeah. Of course, as Alex, one, I'm very privileged to have been admitted as a student at Uganda Wildlife Training College. This college is a research college, basically. And one is that this college is a college that equips you with skills. That's one. It's not about actually like a paper that I will present to you for a job. It's an institution that is preparing a student to actually even be. You can even be. You can be privately. You can. You can employ yourself. You can really be private employed because you can actually apply skills that you've got at the institute now to earn a living. One, for example, this institution has almost everything, as she said. Talk about like real life projects. I can be able to use plants around. There are these plants that are more invasive for conservation in nature, and they are actually giving much hard task to management in terms of like national parks. So I can be able to use some of these plants. For example, there's a plant called the sickle bush. So the sickle bush is actually a plant that is more invasive, but you can use it somewhere. This plant, you can actually decoct it and it becomes a good deterrent for like scorpion stings. You can use this plant, even make soap. You can use some of the plants and you make detergents. So, secondly, I can actually come out from the institute when I'm actually a professional birder. Yeah, I'm able to lead travel tourists on a safari because I'm able to identify birds. If I am able to identify birds, describe their nature, behaviors, their culture. So that means I'm really professional when I'm coming out of the institute. I'm really very proud. The other one is the institution it's really fully equipped with technology. So the institute now gives you ample time as a student to go through whatever you need in terms of technology. You can go there and you come out when you know you're very good at ICT. So I can be able to use internet, and this has actually been a talk of a day everywhere. Even the president of the republic, please use the internet. You can promote conservation, and you can as well employ yourself. So I can do that. So the other one is the institute. When you're there, you're actually a more practical person. So anyone who wants to employ you to conserve nature, you are going to be employed to protect wildlife. You're going to be employed to look after culture. So you're going to be employed to be a good ambassador for green nature in Uganda. You're going to be a very good person in terms of waste management, as she said. So someone would employ a student from Uganda Wildlife Research and Training College, to me, would actually be employing a professional and skilled person in terms of conservation of Uganda, conserving nature and tourism and all that stuff.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we know that Uganda is the pearl of Africa. Of course, we have so much to offer, including the people themselves, including the land, different landscapes that we have, including the wildlife resources that we tend to have, including the security, the stable security that we have as the country. But we need to understand that it all begins from scratch. It begins with the students, it begins with the learners, it begins with who is impacting the community, who is impacting the young generation. So different institutions, you need to make sure that as we are promoting this particular sector, there are some things that we need to put at a standard, such that what we are producing, the children that we are releasing, the labor force that we are raising to the community or to go to work to the sector, they are really adding value. Let it be technology, let it be providing quality services, let it be customer care, let it be everything. It has to be a first class and high level. Appreciation to Uganda Research and Training College for having put all these different initiatives to make sure that we know that the tourism sector needs to be put to a higher level. I remain Kapipena Morris, Top Notch TV. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Tourism. Until we meet again, bye-bye.
You are watching Top Notch TV, Beyond the Lens.